Welcome to the living room. Your boy Looney here. You know we gonna cook that photo zip.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Welcome to the Looney Den. The boy Looney here. And last night was D23. Marvel released and said some shit. Let's get in this.
Before you started working here, I remember when you'd come in all the time with that redhead.
I was a different person back then.
Okay, so he went back to where him and Wanda were living during the Endgame. Got you.
Anyone waiting for you tonight?
No. Home is...
I still think White Vision looks dope as hell.
Just me.
Okay.
Who am I? I was an Avenger.
Still on, my
I'm not
guy.
a hero anymore.
You can be.
His face, but not his virtue. All I have is his name.
Welcome home, Vision.
This house is getting crowded.
2%.
Ultron! Human
Yes.
avatars only.
Sir, I cannot overstate the dangers of keeping him around.
Yes, but he is
Dad? Papa? Peepaw.
I'm a stranger to myself.
I saw Billy and Tommy.
Wasn't real.
You sure about that?
I had a father, a machine called Vision.
Tommy.
Tough. It's a boy.
Because I didn't look like the boy who played Billy.
How is this possible? Free your soul and save your son. I wish to understand my purpose.
With a genocidal maniac inside your head.
I like that Tommy has more of Vision's voice time.
Nothing bonds a family together quite like mortal jeopardy.
So, Vision Quest looks dope. I like everything I'm seeing in there. I'm curious to see if Billy does show up after, Agatha all along. I'm curious about that. They made the change. Billy and Tommy aren't twins. Kind of felt that coming. I think it could have been dope if they had the same kid who played Billy to also play Tommy and just have him have blonde hair. Tommy does not have the blonde hair, so some of the visual aspects of Speed are not here. Maybe they will show up. I will be curious to see if they do. Because two of the biggest things are that, they are identical looking twins, but once again, that's not something I'm big on. I'm curious to see how Ultron really evolves in this, because it makes sense that he would be in Vision's head. So I like that. They didn't really give a whole bunch of other characters up, so I don't really know who else may be in here. We just know Vision, Ultron, and Tommy so far. I think that might have been... I know they made the ABC shows. I don't care about those, to be perfectly honest. I don't really see those as part of the whole MCU. But I do know that they made that... what's her name? Captain... The harlot that stole Steve Rogers from me! Carter. Captain Carter. I know on the Carter show that Jarvis was on that. I think that was the same actor. I watched one episode. I didn't like it, so I moved on. Yeah, so that's cool that I think that's him there, because he would have been, from how they've done it in MCU, he would have been a continuation of that Jarvis, so the middle point of it. So that's cool. Visually, it looks cool. I don't know where they may go with this, but I'm hoping at the end we get Vision with both his sons on either side. I think that'd be dope. And they all just wreck the hell out of Ultron. That'd be dope as hell. But let's get on to the next trailer. Well, I tried not to lose my shit. Yes.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room.
That's Sue?
He used to be different.
used to be kind. He used to be caring.
Huh. What up, Magneto? Gambit?
And
Steve
then
Rogers?
everything he loved was taken from him. I was
Oh.
lost. But I did not realize that he was broken.
Let me see your suit.
Victor, did you do this?
Yeah, show the connection.
All of you have lived stolen lives. But now you must give them back.
Okay.
Victor!
Activate! Get what the fuck are they doing?
I swear, you will beg for hell long before I grant it.
Damn. That power is still green.
Answers to me,
Hell answers to you.
for I am.
Look at those sentinels. Ooh. Ooh. Gotta change the pants. As that day gets closer, I swear it gets harder. And I'm not talking about the weight. Okay. I have some thoughts on that trailer. I thought number one is it was an excellent trailer. Okay. These are just my takes from what I saw in that trailer. So all the Avengers kids showed up in that damn trailer, except for Tommy and Billy. But we saw, I think her name is Love, Thor's daughter. We saw Steve Rogers' child. I don't know if that's a boy or girl. We saw Ant-Man's daughter. And when they said you have lived stolen lives, they literally had Shuri on screen, kind of like hinting at that should be T'Challa. That's how I took it. But I'm not a big fan of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. So this could be biased, but at least I'm honest. And then they showed the mural when Doom was talking of a child and a mother. I've seen people talk about how they think it could be his child and his wife. Personally, from the comics, I'm not buying that. I believe that is him and his mother. If you know Dr. Doom in the comics, you know, and I'm about to drop a name that Marvel seems terrified to fucking acknowledge or show up. And I've been ruined on the fact that he shows up in Ironheart. Okay. I'm going to attempt Ironheart, even though I don't think it looks good. I'm just going to be honest. From outside looking in, I don't think it looks good, but I'm going to give it a shot to see if we can actually get through it. But in the comics, Mephisto basically takes Doom's mother to hell. And he kind of spends a lot of time trying to learn the mystical arts so he can take her back. So when you factor, they showed that mural, then there was also a line where, well, Thor's like, you'll wish for hell before I grant it. And he's like, hell answers to me, and whatever the fuck he says. I'm wondering if he's already had a tete-a-tete with Mephisto, or if that's where he's trying to get to. Just curious how that angle could play in here. I think he looks great. The armor looks dope. He comes flippity-dippity out of goddamn his ship like he's fucking an AEW wrestler. So, you know, that looks really good to me. I don't see anything that looks suspicious to me. I read an article where apparently Steve Rogers' actor Chris Evans stated that this is a brutal experience for Steve. So I'm very, very concerned about that. I think they may turn him into Nomad. Now, he doesn't have to be Cap. He just has to be Steve Rogers. Okay? I talk a lot about Cap's one of my favorite characters, but really it's the Steve Rogers portrayal. I love that character. So I'm really excited for that. I'm trying to maintain my excitement, because this movie looks like it's going to be dope as shit. And, you know, I can't wait to hopefully shoot this for the channel and release this hopefully on the channel. But my God, it's glorious. Now let's get to the third segment of this video. X-Men cast breakdown. And my thoughts. All right, so X-Men. Number one, let's go ahead and let the cat out the bag. I know Jean Grey. Okay. I already know Sadie Sink is Jean Grey in Spider-Man. That got spoiled for me pretty fucking quickly. So I was wrong. I thought it was Typhoon Mary. Whatever. I'm highly looking forward to seeing that Spider-Man movie now, because I have questions. But outside of that, I don't know majority of the people on this cast. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Indy Navarrete, I only know her from Obsession. Girl can act her ass off. The fact that she's Rogue, I have a theory about this. My theory is, why would you get such a high-profile actress for the character of Rogue? Unless, and this may be dark, but I hope we go here. I want her to attack Captain Marvel. I want Rogue to kind of be like how she is in the comics, to a point where Mystique has her basically attack. It was Miss Marvel at the time, but Captain Marvel, and she drains her abilities and holds on too long, puts Captain Marvel in a coma, and that's how Rogue gets her super strength and vulnerability and flight. So I think that would be cool if we can get that version of Rogue. We have Captain Marvel running around. I'm just saying, because my biggest gripe in the original X-Men movies was Rogue never became Rogue. Her whole point in that series was, I just want to get rid of my powers, and then she does. We never really get to see Rogue. We have a lady who can thoroughly act her ass off. Let's go full blast with this, okay? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying. Can we do that, please? Please? Okay. Next we have, let's see, Christopher Abbott as Professor X. I'll be honest, I don't know who this guy is. I haven't seen anything he's in. I am not a casting agent. All I can say is, looks like he can pull off a bald head. All I need. Bow. Adam Driver as Mr. fucking Sinister. What are we talking about? Do you know how long I wanted a Mr. Sinister? X-Men 97 just gets him perfectly. The X-Men animation just gets him perfectly. So I only know Adam Driver for playing that whiny little son of a bitch, you know, my nephew. And he does a good job in that character as a little whining little bitch. You know, my brother Luke did a good job of, you know, mind fucking him, but you know, I think he's tall, he's lanky, I think he can pull off the makeup, I think he can pull off the look. And he better have that goddamn red jewel here. That's all I ask. But I think he's going to be dope in the role. I'm happy we finally got Mr. Sinister. Took too long. There is no Magneto though. I'm finding that quite interesting. But I think maybe that'll come down the line. Once again, we know Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. Kit Connor. I don't know who this guy is. So, but once again, just physically looking at the guy, I see a good square jaw. It looks like he can be quite rigid, stingent, and potentially look like he could flip out at some point. So, looks good for Cyclops for me. I hope we expand Cyclops. Just don't have him being the brown-nosing kiss-ass to Professor X. I hope we can show hints of his rebellious side against Professor X, because that could lead to some Krakoa level stories being told, which I hope we're doing more Krakoa. I want to put this on record. I love Chris Claremont. He's one of the greatest comic book writers of all time. between animation and live action, we have beat his stories to death, which is amazing because the dude wrote for damn near 20 years on X-Men. There are other eras of X-Men beside Chris Claremont. Okay, we tried Phoenix twice. If we include animation, we're above that number. Animation, no. I'm tired of seeing Wolverine's origin. Okay, so let's progress. Emma Frost. I know this one came out a while ago, but I don't know the actress. I know she's in the Ready or Not movies. Y'all already know. I don't really like horror, so I'm not familiar with her. The biggest thing I understand is that she is the niece of Mr. Smith. He was also in Lord of the Rings. So if a frat, she was also what the hell is his name? Red Skull. So if 10% of his acting ability is in her, we're good. Emma Frost is cool. The fact that we have Emma Frost, Cyclops, and Jean Grey is very interesting to me. The Cyclops was definitely banging both of them. So I don't know the age difference in these actors, but that could be played with. You know, that could be a love triangle. That could be more interesting than just Jean, Cyclops, and Wolverine. Just saying. And then we get to the one that makes me a little upset. Mostly because, as I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm pretty dark skinned. And Storm traditionally has been depicted comically and animation wise as being dark skinned. But when we get to live action, we get the Halle Berrys, who did a fucking terrible job. Even when they recast it for the younger X-Men, she was also quite light-skinned. And for me, I was hoping for a darker-skinned Storm. Just saying, I feel like they always tend to want to cast the lighter-skinned black people for this role to make it easier for the character. But she's an African goddess, and I'm not saying that my light-skinned brothers and sisters cannot be African goddesses, but I just was hoping that we could finally get something more akin to the actual lore of the character. That's all I was hoping for. I do not know who this Maya Boyd is. Looking at her pictures, she is of darker skin than the previous, but I'm going to be 100% honest. I wanted Jamie Lawson. That was my pick. I thought she acts her ass off well as the mayor and the Batman. She's not in it a lot. I get that, but I thought she was a good actress, strong actress. From what I read about her, she's well trained from like Juilliard and shit. So okay, I was hoping for her, just to get a little bit more of a darker representation of the sun-kissed goddess that I am familiar with. So I hope this lady can pull it off. You know, give her. I mean, if we can just give her like a 10th of the ability that the voice actress portrays in the X-Men cartoons.
Flames of the sun, source of all creation, I summon a tempest of fire and light, whose flares ignite the spark of hope in darkness, and blaze our trail to end apocalypse. For we are the dawn that breaks his night.
I'll be happy, but my God, can we just get Storm right? Please. I'm begging you. Because every other live version is terrible in my eyes. Just terrible. God awful. I mean, I could put a scene up from the animation and then from the movies, and it's like, which one makes you feel something? You know what I'm saying? But overall, you know, I'm happy with this. I am shocked there's no Beast. That could be announced later. Who else am I shocked? I'm shocked no Nightcrawler, but that could be announced later. I would have liked an Iceman, to be honest. I think the Iceman could have been a cool one, especially with this one, because right now we only have Rogue, Storm, Jean, Cyclops. That's only technically 4 X-Men. that we're actually going to have here. So, I think potentially Sinister and Emma Frost could be working together as villains. But Emma Frost has a great storyline where she goes from a villain to being more of a, if you got the right price, I help, that kind of a character. So that could be really dope. Or if we go into Krakoa, where she's one of the leaders, Emma Frost has been a leader of the X-Men. So there's so many ways we can go with these characters. So I'm really excited. Can you tell? Really excited about where we can go. But let me know your thoughts on what they did for the X-Men casting on the trailers here. I think they did a really good job. I just would like a little bit more of representation in areas I feel that they are lacking. But that's just me. We'll see you on next one. Let me out.
Go, 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 go.